What happened this past weekend, and of course, per usual, people are big mad. We're gonna try and touch on three main topics, and then probably nothing else, just because I think those are the most interesting, I guess, or the ones that people are mostly up in arms with. So yeah, let's get into it.
All you hear is gossip. Man, all I hear is gossip. Yeah, man, call it gossip.
People are big mad about the fact that Jay-Z and Beyonce, and by association Blue Ivy, but like no one's really talking about that, all sat down for, well, that's not true. I correct what I said. There are some people that feel that they're giving the wrong image to Blue Ivy, but okay. So basically, they sat down during the national anthem, and I mean, they haven't commented on this, so people are coming to their own conclusions about it. Some people feel that, it's a way to stand in solidarity with Kaepernick. But at the same time, people are like, okay, but you signed a partnership with the NFL, so are you really just there collecting a check and not really? So people don't know where they stand, basically. And to be honest, I'm gonna add my personal opinion on this, and I applaud, because so I see it as a way for them to show their solidarity to Kaepernick. Like, we are not standing for the national anthem. Like, we are protesting the same thing Kaepernicks were protesting. Now, what's so great about this for me is the fact that because they have a partnership with the NFL, it's not like they can be Kaepernicked. Basically, I mean, everybody knows that Colin Kaepernick was blackballed in the NFL. His career there is pretty much done, which, I mean, I hate to say it because I know, he's still training. He's still hopeful. He loves the sport. I don't think he saw it ending the way that it has, basically, or going the way that it has. And so to me, it's done. Like, he's not coming back. But because Jay-Z has a seat at the table, they can't just, strong arm him like they did with Kaepernick. So I'm like, people can stay mad. People can stay mad because they own it. They own it. They're there. They're the boss. You can't tell the boss to get out, basically. So I kind of laugh at that. And I love the way that they are going about it, to be honest. I mean, everybody else, I think they don't see the bigger picture. In order to be heard at the table, you have to have a seat at the table. So I was always I see in the pro side of him forming a partnership with the NFL after being so vocal and supportive of Kaepernick. I tried to understand why he would do it, and I thought it was a smart move basically. So yeah, people are gonna be mad, people can stay mad, but I am also a Beyonce stan. Like, she can almost do no wrong. And so speaking of that, the Super Bowl halftime show, listen, to me, nobody can do it better than Beyonce. Like, that's just, so I was already comparing it to that. But I'm going to throw that aside. Let's go into the halftime show. People are up in arms about it being inappropriate, not being family friendly, this, and that, etc. People are just big mad. And to be honest, I don't get it, because it wasn't like any body parts were being shown in an inappropriate or distasteful sort of way. J-Lo and Shakira were both fully clothed, unlike, Adam Levine the year before with his half shirt off. And also, even the cheerleaders wear really skimpy outfits. So what are you talking about? Like, really, why are you so upset about the show being super sexualized? And to be honest, I think it's because also they're Latina women who are taking agency of their sexuality. They're taking control. This is me. I accept it. I embrace it. It's a part of me. I love me. That's how I see it. So you already know where I stand. I support it. I love it. So let's go to the show in itself. When I was watching it, now I like Shakira. I'm not hating on her when I say this, but I don't think she is the best for the Super Bowl kind of show. Like, I like shows that get hype, have a lot of energy, and I do love Shakira. I love cleaning the house as I'm listening to Shakira, but the show in itself just didn't really do it for me personally. And I just don't think, just like I didn't think Maroon 5 was it, or Justin Timberlake was it for the Super Bowl. And I'm not hating on them, because I do listen to these artists. They just, to me, don't have the music that kind of brings the energy. Even though Shakira does, she does have some hype music, but for some reason her show kind of just fell flat to me. Even though I'm not knocking on her skills. She has some amazing belly dancing skills. She is a great singer. She's talented. She plays multiple instruments. Like, don't come for me because I'm not hating. I just wasn't really feeling the show in itself. Now, I did find certain aspects strange at first. Like, I understood why people were like, whoa, what's with that tongue? Like, it's a little cringy. But I looked into it, and, it's supposedly, Shakira is half Lebanese, half Colombian. And so she was paying tribute to her Arab aspect. And this is like a way of celebrating, leaving the high pitch warble that she did with the tongue flicking was a cultural thing. So I did get that. I understood that J-Lo and Shakira both wanted to bring their cultures on stage. Now, to add to that, the show felt disconnected. Like, it felt like, Shakira, go practice, J-Lo, go practice somewhere else, and we'll bring it together at the end and it'll be a show. It just kind of felt like it didn't really make sense to me. It wasn't cohesive. It wasn't together. It was but I mean, I understood why they did it because it was like a montage of all cultures, right? You'll bring your culture, I'll bring mine. You'll bring your personality, I'll bring mine, and we'll bring it together. But to me, it was very disconnected. It wasn't a cohesive show. It just wasn't joint. They didn't bring it together enough, in my opinion. But I do understand why they brought it that way. I do think that they were trying to show that the Latin community is very diverse, which, not all Americans know that. I myself am Latina, so I think that's why I'm like picking up on these cues of them trying to bring all different aspects of the culture, because it's diverse. I mean, from like, it's just, yeah, it's not the one image that gets represented over and over on television, okay? So I do get that they were trying to bring it to the show, and I appreciate that. At the same time, as its show itself, they just didn't do it for me. They just didn't do it. And I think it's also because they're just two different artists. You have these like super hyper sexualized dancers on J-Lo's side, and I mean, I'm loving that. J-Lo's part was my favorite part. And I would say I'm a bigger Shakira fan. Like, I definitely these days listen more to Shakira. Oh my God, don't get me started on Chantaje, my jam, okay? So I'm not hating on Shakira when I say this, but J-Lo's performance felt more on par with the energy and the hype that you want to bring to a halftime show. Personally, that's just how I see it. Now, Shakira, great artist, talented artist, but I was a little bit bored. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I hate to say it because I am a fan of hers, but it just didn't do it for me. What do y'all think? Did y'all love the halftime show? I mean, yeah. I mean, I tried to stay as positive as possible because I don't want to come across as if I'm some sort of hater when I'm not. I'm totally, I totally don't get the backlash that they're receiving. I don't think the show was super hypersexualized. I hate that stripper poles. I want to learn how to pole dance, like, I think it's a beautiful art form. I don't think it doesn't have to be seen as a sexual thing. It could be as respected as any other dancing. It could be like tap dancing. I just don't see why. I mean, I do understand why it has that stigma, but it's really a beautiful art form, honestly. And, kids don't have to see it as this, super bad thing. So those people that are up in arms, it's like, fix your perspective. Like, it could be a beautiful art form that you embrace and accept and just, just see it as equal to any other sort of dance. Anyway, they are the first Latina artists to ever headline a Super Bowl halftime show. So kudos to them. And I love the fact that they brought on other artists. J Balvin was there. I was like, yes, I was jamming. I was loving to see him. I think the other was Bad Bunny. And yeah, I mean, I was surprised that Shakira was playing a Cardi B song. I mean, it's not Cardi B's original song anyway, so maybe anybody has the rights to perform it. I don't know, or maybe she has a deal with Cardi B. I don't know. But yeah, Bad Bunny and J Balvin was there, and I'm a huge J Balvin fan, so I was super happy about that. I love to see how they were putting other people on, basically. Anyway, enough about that. Last controversy that I'm going to talk about is the fact that the Super Bowl had this anti-police brutality ad. Let's throw it up.
Yeah, I'll never forget that night. I was still playing with the 49ers, and my wife walks up after the game. They told me that my cousin Corey had been killed. Corey broke down on the side of the road, and a plainclothes police officer pulled up. Then this guy starts screaming. All you hear from there is 3 shots.
Why is my son gone today? Why?
He would give you his shirt. He would be cold just to keep you warm.
This officer was in plain clothes. Corey had no way of knowing who he was.
There's just some things that are bigger than football. And I felt like starting the Players Coalition and affecting change in this country was one of those things. We focused on police-community relations, education and economic advancement, and criminal justice reform. Had it not been for the work that we do, Corey's death would have been in vain. The best way to inspire change is to be it.
Now, a lot of people are big mad about that. And I'm like, I'm looking at it like, I'm giving it the side eye, basically, because it makes, like, the NFL already showed their true colors, didn't they, right? When they were, like, taking Kaepernick off the field for basically standing for the same message. So as you can see, the message was about anti-police brutality on unarmed black men. And everybody's like, y'all just trying to make yourselves look good because y'all don't really give a damn, basically. Otherwise, Kaepernick would not be off the field. So, yeah, a lot of people have been commenting with this. I ultimately wonder if Jay-Z had anything to do with this, if he's trying to push a bigger change. So that is the only way that I'm kind of open to this a little bit, just because we already saw the NFL's true colors and what they truly care about. They don't care about this message. But if Jay-Z is finding a way to push this message from the inside, yes, kudos to him. Like, I can't even be mad. Like, just, yeah, it's just amazing, in my opinion, right? It just depends who's putting out that message. Is it the NFL trying to save face, or is it Jay-Z making a push for change? Okay, like, that's just my perspective on it. Who's pushing it? Because depending on who it is, I either accept it or I don't accept it. I reject it, because the NFL is full of, full of crap. So you're not going to fool me. No, boo-boo. You're not going to fool me. So what are your thoughts on the whole situation? Are you, upset with the Super Bowl? What are your thoughts about all of this controversy and all of the things that people are big mad about right now? Let's talk about it in the comments. See you down below, guys. Bye.
Man, call it gossip.